First, I want to say thank you, Chad, for taking your time to do this for the community. I also want to say thank you to our school administration, our teachers, our staff for all of their hard work, especially this year during COVID, craziness of COVID. My name is Dana Weissert. I'm a lifelong resident of Alba. I'm also a graduate of Alba-Golden High School. I am a graduate of Tyler Junior College, School of Nursing. I currently work at Texas A&M University Commerce. My husband Brad and I have 5 boys. We have raised all 5 of them here at Alba-Golden, with only one still being in school. I've seen a lot of ups and downs throughout my years here at Alba-Golden. However, I feel like Alba-Golden is an outstanding school. I also feel there is room for improvements, just because I personally feel that we can always do better. And that we should never settle to be just mediocre. My decision to run for a position on school board was not taken lightly. There were many thoughts and many prayers behind it. I do not have a specific agenda to bring to the table. I simply want to give my time, help, set goals that for the betterment of our school district. My belief as a school board member should have a sincere interest in the vision of the school and a willingness to work with others. I feel a good working relationship between the administration and school board members is key. I'm willing to listen, willing to learn, be open-minded to make tough decisions that solidify our school district as one of the best. With that being said, thank you for your time and your consideration.
Well, I'm Johnny Teel, and I'm rerunning for my 2nd term on the Alba-Golden ISD School Board. My history is a little different than a lot of people that are here, because I did not graduate from Alba-Golden. I actually graduated from a neighboring district, and my kids started school there. But after attending some of the Alba-Golden School events and listening to some of my customers talk about how good the kids are and the parents are in Alba-Golden, I started checking into it and realized that was a place that my kids needed to be. We ended up buying property here and moving to this district so that we could be a part of this great community in this school. Ever since then, we haven't looked back, and we've loved everything about the school and the community. And as far as where I stand, or what I stand for on the board, is what this school's always stood for. We've kind of argued and even joked around that this is the most public Christian school there is. And in my beliefs, that is something that, you know, we don't take lightly, and that we'll do everything we can to keep it this way. You know, the good discipline, the good leaders we've had in the past is what's helped make this school what it is. And that's what makes Alba so special, along with the type of people that are in this community. It's just a very different experience than you will get anywhere else. I guess my area that I lean more to a lot is the CTE programs and the construction and the welding. My passion is for the kids that work with their hands, or that are not going to go to school, that they're looking for other ways to make a living other than going to college. And so I really focus a lot on trying to improve these programs, and along with the board, you know, I try to bring my ideals and my experiences from the construction business to the table. Maybe find a way to make our program a little better than anyone else's, mostly so that our kids get a step ahead in life when they graduate. They'll start off ahead of the pack. And we've discussed several things as a board and as a community of things that we could do to improve to help our kids out, and I'm hoping to stay around to continue to push those through. I think our goal is that when our kids graduate, the next day they can go get a job somewhere at least double minimum wage if they're not going to college. More importantly than my passions is the children and what is best for them. And then behind that, what is best for the community. It's our job to try to raise and cultivate children into responsible adults that can take care of themselves, and not only themselves, the community. And to do that, it just takes a village. Not one person can do it. We have some of the best teachers and employees at Alba-Golden, and from admin to the janitors to the custodians to the teachers, one side or the other can't do it by themselves. It truly takes a village to do this. And I'd like to continue seeing the pride in our school to where everybody, they just go above and beyond way more than they have to make this a better place for our kids because of their pride for our community and our school. So my experience on the board so far has been definitely a unique experience, and we have seen a lot of things happen and a lot of passionate people in this community, and you definitely can tell how much everybody, no matter what, cares for this community more than anything. And even though our opinions may differ, that's what makes us great. Because if we were all the same, we'd be boring. And the different opinions and the different ideals is what makes this such a great place. I prefer to see us to be the school that sets the bar. The problem with it is things are changing so fast with technology that we have to always be changing to stay up with it and stay ahead of it. And sometimes I feel like we are just trying to hang on, and I'm hoping that we give our people that work for us a little more freedom to show us what they can do. And that will help us to be an innovative school to where we can start setting a bar that everyone else will want to meet. And that will only benefit our kids. But it's just going to take us having to try a few things different, and sometimes they may work, sometimes they don't. But you never know until you try. I do appreciate you taking the time to listen to me and your continued support, hopefully at the next school board election. And if you have any questions at all, my door is always open, or I'm just a phone call away. I will be happy to sit down with anybody and answer any question they have at all. Just give me an email or a call and we'll set up a time. Thank you.
My family and I first moved here in first grade. I started as an Alba-Golden Panther, and I continued my education all the way through high school, graduated in class of '97. Our school was a very prominent, known in the community. We would go other places. People were like, oh, you're from Alba-Golden. People recognized our school. We may have just been a small, at the time, 2A school, but we would go to bigger towns and people had heard of Alba-Golden, and our reputation was amazing. Everybody spoke highly of us. I've always been proud to be an Alba-Golden Panther. I knew that when I had children that I would want to raise them in the Alba-Golden School District. When my children started school, I became involved with the school. We started off with rockers where we come in and we read to the kindergartners. And then I joined the PTA. I served on the PTA for several years. And then when my kids became involved in sports, I joined the Youth Foundation. We helped coach, and we were very involved in the community. I have been a member of the Sweet Potato Festival Board. I have also helped with the Special Kids Farm and Ranch Day. Our community is small and it's wonderful, and we support everybody in it. I feel like I have a lot to offer the Alba-Golden community from my past experiences and graduating from Alba-Golden. The pride and the excellence that we've had on our campus, I want to see that to continue to grow. I'm very proud about the CTE programs that Alba-Golden has started to introduce to our students that are not just, you know, college bound, but they are going to be prepared for the work industry. And so when they graduate Alba-Golden, they'll be prepared and ready to go straight into the workforce. I think there are so many students in our community that this will benefit. I believe that we have a great group of candidates that are running for the school board, and I appreciate all the support that I have gotten from everybody and look forward to continuing to serve our community in Alba-Golden.
Hi, my name is Lisa Morrison, and I am running for the Alba-Golden Board of Trustees. We bought property out here in the community about 16 years ago, and so we kind of grew up taking our kids out here, and we loved it so much that about 6 years ago, it was a Sunday and we were getting ready to leave, and my husband and I looked at each other and said, why are we leaving? We really want to be here. And we were able to do that, so we began looking at what it would mean if we moved out here full time. And of course, one of the most important and deciding factors was, what's the school like? We had 2 young kids in elementary school, and so we came out and We visited the elementary campus and we met with counselors and Mr. Wright and talked to some teachers and walked through. And when we left, we left feeling like this school district was the right place for our kids. We had had experiences with a private school in Dallas, a very highly ranked private school, and a very highly ranked public school in the Allen area. And both of those, while they were great schools, just weren't really the right fit for our family. And so that was really the kick that made us say, let's do this. And so about 5 years ago, we built on our property and we moved out here full time. My son is a sophomore and my daughter is in 8th grade. And education in general is a real passion of mine. I'm the daughter of 2 lifelong teachers. And so I grew up with a pretty strong belief that education is, it's really the foundation that is going to help develop our kids into not just successful individuals, but really the future of our community. So I have a very, very strong passion for it. I think it's very important. And so that really is one of the things that sparked my interest in running for the school board. Another thing that I am really, really passionate about is communication. So I was, in my previous life, I was an auditor, an internal auditor for 12 years. And so as a part of that, what I basically did was I went into different areas of the company. I worked for Southwest Airlines for 12 years. And so we would go into different business areas and different financial areas and technology areas, and we would look at how they operate, and we would look at it and say, from a risk perspective, what could go wrong? What are our objectives, and then what can keep us from meeting those objectives, and how is what we are doing preventing that from happening or letting us know if that happens. So I really honed that kind of risk assessment, risk management skill set over those years, and I feel like that's something really important that I bring to the table. So I don't have this burning desire to make changes, but I do think that every organization, every school district, everything can always improve, right? And I feel like the best way to improve is to really dig in and look at, what do we do? How do we do it? What are we trying to achieve, and does what we do match with that? And then take it from there. And I feel like I have that skill set and that I could really add value to the board in that respect, that I could really get in there and help look at, how we operate on all these different levels, academically, financially, extracurricular, facility-wise, all these things, planning, how do we operate, what do we want to do and be, and then is what we are actually doing, does that match up to get us there? And if it does, then that's awesome, and let's keep moving forward. And then if it doesn't, then what are the things that we can do? What are the changes we can make? What are the things that we can adjust so that we can get there where we want to be? So that's a little bit about my experience, my corporate experience, and how I feel like that ties in. And then communication for me, I really feel like the vast majority of issues that we experience, that people experience, can be resolved through clear, regular communication. I think most of our issues and our concerns happen when we feel like we don't know what's going on. As an auditor, communication was very important. I mean, most people don't want to see somebody come in who really hasn't been involved with their area and kind of look and say, this is how you can be better, right? You really have to learn how to communicate with people and sell them on your ability to kind of really dig in and learn and do this to help them, work with them. And so I feel like I've really built up a solid communication skill set. And I really feel like I could add value in helping to look at what our communication plan is and help determine, you know, are we meeting the needs of our community members, our parents, you know, our taxpayers, and how can we look at that and improve and refine a communication plan to make sure that everybody is getting the communication that they need. And in doing that, I think that clear communication really helps to build transparency and accountability, right? If we have regular, clear communication, then, you know, everybody knows what everybody's doing and can hold people accountable, can ask the questions, can raise concerns, can give constructive feedback, and to give a pat on the back and say, yes, that's exactly where I want us to be going, and I like what you're doing. So those are the areas that I think, you know, when I think about what I would like to see happen and what I would like to add to the board, those are the main areas. Those are the skills and the qualities that I feel like I really bring to the table.
Hi, my name is Grant Sadler, and I'm running for the one-year unexpired term for the Alba-Golden School Board. My wife Stephanie and I have 3 kiddos. We have Easton, who's a 3rd grader, Lucy, who's in the 2nd grade, and Liam, who's not of school age just quite yet, and then we're expecting our 4th kid coming in December. My wife and I are both Alba-Golden graduates. We graduated in a couple of years apart, but I'm very passionate about Alba-Golden. Alba-Golden is my home. Alba-Golden is where I want to raise my family, and I couldn't be prouder to be a Panther and have my kiddos being raised in that same atmosphere. As a school board member, I didn't really understand exactly what the school board was and what the role of the school board was. I was appointed to the school board. I wasn't elected, I was appointed. And so I'm asking for your votes this year so that I can actually be elected. But I've learned a whole lot in a short amount of time being a school board member. It's ever changing, as the world seems to be ever changing with the COVID and the UIL and the TEA. There's lots of rules and there's lots of regulations and there's lots to keep up with, but I'm passionate about kids. I love my kids for sure, but I also love other kids. I mean, I like being around kids. I like seeing them grow. I like seeing them succeed, and I want to see kiddos that come out of the Alba-Golden School District be successful in whatever venture they partake in. I love athletics. Certainly that's very important to me. It's important to my wife. I grew up playing athletics. I went to college at Austin College and played football there on a scholarship. But athletics isn't exactly where I hang my hat as a school board member and as an adult. Academics is. Academics is extremely, extremely important. It's the cornerstone for everything else. Athletics, extracurricular activities, agriculture activities, those things are secondary to what kiddos learn in the classroom. And so it's important to me as a school board member that our academics are paramount. They come very, very first. And of course, I think that starts in elementary. You know, when you build a house, you got to start from the bottom, and you got to, you know, build a foundation first, and that happens in the elementary. Right now, we have a fantastic elementary at Alba-Golden. We have an excellent leader in Mr. Wright. We have quality teachers, but there's also room for improvement. We've got to do a little bit better in some areas. There's some areas where we're already excelling, but I'm not the kind of person who's ever been just okay with just good enough or just good. If you can reach one expectation, then you got to set a higher goal, and you got go a little bit higher. And again, you just grow from there. I'm not quite as familiar and versed with what happens on the secondary campus or the junior high campuses. I know we have some quality people over there and some quality leaders, and I'm excited about the things that they're doing, especially during the COVID thing, how seamlessly they transitioned over into some of the online stuff, and it was exciting to see where we could go and where our school can go in such a short amount of time. I'm confident in our leaders. I'm confident in Dr. McClendon. I think as a school board, we can't just solely say this is the job of the superintendent to facilitate the school. It's a team, and the team doesn't just start with with the teachers or the cafeteria workers or the maintenance department or the administration or the principals or the superintendent. The team actually includes the entire community. Just like elementary starts the foundation of the house, the foundation of our kiddos starts at home, and that's what, to me, makes Alba-Golden in this area, in this district, paramount over any other district, is the quality of people that we have in our district. At our core, essentially, everyone in this district is very, very, very comparable. We're all about the same. I mean, we all have the same values. We all have the same relative backgrounds. And so that's, to me, what makes Alba-Golden so very, very special, is not really the teachers of the districts or the superintendents, but it's the people. And I'm proud to be one of those people. I want to work hard to facilitate the very, very best that Alba-Golden has to offer. I respectfully ask for your vote, and I want to encourage you to go out and vote. If you don't vote for me, I'm comfortable with that. I just want you to go out and vote. I want people's voice to be heard, because again, at our core, we're all the exact same, and beyond that, I'm very, 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 very proud to be a Panther.